Welcome to episode 50 of The Listening Show. Since it's a very special episode, we've decided to compile our top 50 moments from the show. Take it away. Thanks for that. It's been a long and special ride, but now we're here and the show is better than ever. Thanks for this, Walter.
Thanks for this, Zach. Yeah, that was where you just pointed out like 50. I was like, oh, shoot, it is 50.
Yeah, I know.
And I was thinking, it hasn't been a year yet, but that's because we started off with, I think, 2 episodes a week. So if it had been 1 episode a week, it would have been a year yet. But we started in September, November, one of those 2 months. It was in the fall, right before winter. So we're gonna be at a year not too long.
Yeah.
That's kind of weird, but 50 still is like, it's a lot. That's that's at least one more than 48.
Yeah. Yeah. That is pretty wild. That doesn't feel like 50. It feels like 10.
Oh, it feels like 30.
You think it feels like more than that? To me, it feels
like more than 10. Yeah.
Yeah. It's what's weird is I don't remember it. Like I can remember the early ones pretty decently well because they were like more profound in my mind, but like, and I remember moments from all of them, but they're all so confuddled and mixed up. I don't remember much about any of them except for I guess a couple of the more recent ones.
By location, although not every location. The studio mainly, that seemed like its own episodic saga. And then here, but I forgot that they were at my house for a while. Yeah, like I don't remember those. Those that kind of went as a blur, but the barn, I remember those days, and these anywhere here in this place.
I started putting highlights up when we were doing it at your house, and so that's what I associated with was the time doing it at your house was me clipping behind like the highlights from those. Then,
not to toot my own ass, but my Finally Friday series is going to hit 300 here. I think by the end of the month,
300 total
episodes.
Wow,
so it's like once a week. So that's going to be weird, but I haven't hit it yet, Fridays. So I'm not going to.
This Friday? No,
probably near the end of the month. I think I got 3 more to go, but like 300. But anyway,
gee whiz.
I thought it'd be more relevant to bring it up now than episode 54. Hey, remember we did 50 and we're like, wow, well, I think I may as well mention it now, but it doesn't count yet.
Yeah. A girl I added on Bumble said she watched. Did I tell you that?
The Listening Show?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
That sucks. She really should listen to it.
Well, here's the thing.
She said she watched it. Okay. Tell her it's better to listen.
That's what I thought, too. I said, what was your assessment? And she was like, it wasn't really my thing.
She was like, you weren't the one I was hoping to match with.
Yeah. I was hoping for the other guy, but no.
It was, what did you say that she's thought of it?
Okay. So she basically... Well, for context, it wasn't we're not famous. It wasn't as simple as she noticed me on a dating app and added me because I was on the Listening Show. She added me a while back and I said I was going to start a show. And then when I didn't recognize her when we were matched again or whatever. And then she was like we were just talking about something else. And she said something about TikTok or something that she thinks YouTubers are cool. And I was like, I'm a YouTuber technically. And she was like, I know. I was like, how do you know that? And she was like, we've talked before and I've been watching your show. I was like, how often do you watch? She's like, I probably watched like 4 whole episodes. I was like, wow, that's pretty good.
That's pretty good.
I was like, guess how many there are now? 50. And she's like, wow. And then I said, what's your honest assessment? Because I was curious. And she was basically like, well, it wasn't really my speed. She was like, I'm more into the instant gratification, constant stimulation stuff. And I was like, that is precisely what this isn't.
Yeah.
So I wasn't too offended when she said it. Yeah.
Number one, mostly I appreciate being, what's the word?
Oh, I was so happy.
Like, first of all, being honest, but then 2 being, what's the word? Self-reflective. What's the right word? Being able to say, this is how I actually feel. Like,
she's
being
honest with,
So that, number 2, not that she would like it, but she would probably like the watching show more.
That's what I said. That is literally what I did. I said, well, I bet you'll like our new show that we're going to do soon because it's going to be a little faster paced.
And we were really really branching out these enterprises. You thought the listening show, we already have the watching shows coming, and you didn't know this, but before I even said listening show, I was thinking about the smelling show. We are so far ahead. It's a whole new medium. It's a whole new medium. No one's doing those.
We're going to be called Sensory Studios. There's some joke there. But yeah, basically, I was like, my confirmation was like, yeah, okay, and she was like, I listened to it.
That's cool that a stranger cared enough to even listen to 4 whole episodes. That's how I see it.
I know,
because like you inadvertently said, this is not instant, spontaneous entertainment kind of content. It's very slow, long digestion. Put on the background, tune in consciously every once in a while. Kind of a thing.
Even that's kind of how, like, I listen back to all these episodes at work during the week, and I that's how I listen to it. I don't listen to every moment of everything. I just like having it in the background, and that maybe seems a little bit patty on the back, but it's a good for that, I think. Not to toot my own butt,
whatever,
but toot my own ass. Is that what you said?
Yeah, toot my own ass.
I liked that.
I know I've said that before. We both say weird things. That's just how we talk.
I toot my own ass. It's like a joke about toot your horn, but then that's what you also do with your ass.
Yeah.
Tooting. I like
Makes sense.
It works. It makes sense. Yeah. That works out.
Whatever tickles your sphincter. What?
That was something you said. I'm quoting us again on the show. It checks out. That's what you said. And it was in regards.
Did I say that?
Yeah.
Sounds like something you would say.
I clipped it because it was one of our funny moments. Oh, I remember. Oh, it was when we were making jokes about voice acting. I was like, that was good voice acting. You're like, I wasn't voice acting. And then I was like, what you said was convincing to me. And then you were like, I can't reach. And then I was like, I believe that character. And then you said something like, it checks out. Maybe I'm thinking of something different, but somehow when I said that, I picked up that quote.
You know what might be self-indulgent, but would be fun. I don't think this will happen, but maybe it would. It'd be fun if maybe at episode 100, I thought this because you were almost delving into it. If at episode 100, somebody, preferably not us, created a highlight reel or got all of our highlights or funniest things from one every 4 episodes, so that by episode 100 we have like 25 like great moments. We can just look, remember that?
We could technically go back,
but we don't want to go back and watch all of our stuff.
Right. We could go through the TikToks because I've clipped them all for TikTok, and so I think I've kind of compiled some highlights.
Some, yeah. But
if I was good with it, then I could just put them together.
Now we're really gonna toot our own ass. We're gonna talk. I'm thinking about where we want to be in the future and stuff. So we've said some things like, oh man, a metric of success is. Oh, that's right. I said, we'll know we've made it if someone makes an animated video about something that we did. Like,
oh yeah,
that's an example of a "we made it" line.
Oh yeah.
In that same vein, we'll know we made it if someone made like a highlight reel. Like, wow, someone cared enough to go back and watch all of our stuff and say,
yeah, those are
so
two
one
things.
day, hopefully, those are kind of our goals. It's not that we love ourselves, but it'd be nice to know that we made it, whatever that metric is.
Yeah.
What's another?
I got another one.
Okay, what's another one?
It just left my mind.
Damn.
Shoot. But it's when we get emails about being cameoing or doing cameos in like shows
or
and stuff.
asked to
voice
come as
act.
a guest.
Yeah.
We made it.
Yeah.
Wow.
I like how most people would probably they started kind of like, I can't wait to make money, and we just don't care about money. We're just like, I just want to have a cartoons.
To our credit, we're not like striving toward monetization, although we would like that, but we're excited about just I don't know.
Attention.
I was gonna say, we just want everybody to love us. It sounds like
all we want is all of your attention all the time. Yeah.
Constant validation by the masses.
Yes, and applause.
And you push the applause button. Do you know which one it is?
Oh, I'm turning it off.
It's gonna be the last button you push. There it is. I almost like that bit, the fact that you don't know what button it is, so you just randomly push.
I just don't use them near enough. Thank you.
Or you push a random button and we go with it. Like, that's the mood now.
Hooray!
That suspense noise is now, it means happiness on our show. That's
Laud
good
us
news.
greatly.
Do-do-do-do.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Laud us. You don't have your headphones in. How do you know what's going on? Can you hear it through mine?
no,
You just know.
I'm the biggest hypocrite on the show. I'm the one who's not listening.
Yeah.
Well, sometimes I don't want to put it on because I'm hot right now. I just got done doing nothing.
So do you think the show has gone about how you expected?
Wow, what a deep question. Well, the first thing I thought of was, what did I think we were going to be at a year ago? Because a year ago, episode 1, I didn't think we were going to be recording it here. I thought we'd still be in the studio for one thing.
Yeah.
I don't know what our viewership is. Is it like 150?
I think we're probably on YouTube. It's like 180 an episode.
Okay. Well, that's what I thought.
We're still averaging like 70 on podcasts too.
Huh.
So it's like about 250 total.
Yeah. I can't say I expected more. Obviously, more would have been cool, but I was like, there was no fail line. If we had one listener, I'd be happy. Like, I still enjoy doing this. I'm still going to do it. But to answer your question, yeah, I guess. Are we where you thought we'd be on episode 1
Right now?
Yeah, well, where have you asked
Basically,
me?
I guess my question was more, is it going how you imagined it would go, or is it different?
Well, one thing that has gone the way I think is we just are really comfortable on the show, and so it is what we want it to be in that because I remember it was a little, well, obviously most strange on the first one when we didn't understand the rhythm, and I think now we have a kind of a rhythm where we're comfortable with how long one of us is going to talk until that you can say something and we interrupt each other enough to where it's just a normal conversation, but not either of us getting annoyed. Like, so that is going the way I thought it would. I'm really comfortable and I just enjoy sitting and talking.
Yeah. I'm not sick of it, which is the goal.
Yeah. That's a good metric too.
Yeah.
It's going the way you wanted. Well, I'm not sick of it. Well, that's something.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I still think it'd be cool, like, to grow the production, like, value, but I don't think either of us is like,
it's not that we need it, and more to the point, we're not there, but we don't need it. But I agree, it would be awesome if we got to the point where it's like, hey, time to expand.
Right. Get someone up in here and to do all the work.
The first job. Actually, that's a fun question. A bit not self-aggrandizing, but what would be the first job that we would be hiring for? Like, we're expanding. Like, we really need this person the most.
A producer.
I was gonna say a producer, but the producer's gonna have several jobs essentially.
They're gonna produce, man.
And then I guess when more positions come on, then his job gets segmented or delegated to other things. So the producer would probably have to take my job of switching the camera, among other things.
Mm-hmm.
And then, producer.
And our second job, we'd be a producer, which is like a guy who's like really into vegetables and he like feeds us nice salads.
What about fruit? And you go, no, we don't want a fruit working for us.
We don't like fruits. No, I'm just making a joke about producer.
We should be more balanced.
And then our third hire will be a producer who's really good at pooping.
How about a deducer?
I like that too. I was thinking producer. Like,
yeah, but
like
deducer, they both poop though. But the deducer's more of a. I'm sorry, the deducer's more of a.
We ask him. We ask him all our questions, and he figures out the answer.
He's like,
yeah.
No, I can't follow while you're thinking.
Yeah. I had a joke about produce that I was really just excited to get in there.
It's like, I just need a minute to explain my position.
I can also feel my hat. Like, I'll put this hat on because my hair's back. I can feel it like push my eyes down.
It's making you look sad. Like,
yeah.
I'm sorry about the joke.
Yeah,
I'm sorry about the producer joke.
I apologize.
I had a bad joke. I'm going to mention it because you said that and I thought of it. It'll never happen again. I was cutting foam backings off of wood planks, so shucking, and it was tiring. And I was doing that, and I looked over at my dad. So I was out of breath. I was like, "Shucks," Anyway,
Yeah.
that only happened once. I mean, I guess people with corn may have done that before, but
Ah, shucks.
it was just it's just shucks. I said, but anyway, I want to mention it because it's only going to happen one time, probably in my life. Those one in a lifetime jokes, even if it's not good, like I'm going to use this, that kind of thing.
That's like a good joke for when you're shucking corn for sure. Like if a girl, what's up? What you doing? Aw, shucks.
Something.
What's in your hand? Aw, shucks.
Shucks.
Yeah. Yeah. That's stupid.
Yeah, that's stupid.
We're going to do watching shows soon too.
We had better, and I hope so. Well, I remember there were complications, unforeseen consequences. Remember we wanted to do the watching show. We couldn't just start. We had to get stuff. I worry that's what's going to happen. Yeah, is that what I said, or did I say
You said watching show? Yeah.
Well, I think that's what's going to happen. I'm pessimistic, but we're definitely getting closer. And the reason I'm sure you mentioned as much is because we're getting close. My dad and I to finishing the basement space that I'll be using. And then when I move there, then we'll set up this in the watching show, listening showroom.
The watching show.
So all the quotes. Yeah. 5 sets of quotes. Thanks for making fun of my hand gestures for me. Every once in a while, I'll notice I'm doing dumb hand gestures, and I'll just go with it. But thanks for bringing me down with it.
It looks really good down there. It also smells. I said it earlier, but it's
better.
It smells like epoxy, like on the whole house, like burning plastic a little bit.
See, what is it called?
Like liquid concrete glue
something
stuff.
concrete. No, cement or concrete. I can't remember.
Rubber cement, maybe rubber cement.
No, but it's a gel. It's a glue basically. So it's just a bunch of glue down.
It looks
there.
like piss. Like snotty piss.
No, it looks like bad honey. Bad honey. Like you wouldn't want to eat that, but a honey.
That looks like snotty piss to me.
Snotty piss.
It's like particularly troubling piss.
But it smells like
that's like the kind of piss
just
that you
a lot of glue. It's like whoa. But yeah, that's
the kind that when you pee it, then you go to the doctor because it's concerning. It's like why is it this viscosity?
Well, doctor, is it because you're pissing out of your nose? That would be concerning.
Yeah, I just mean like that's the thickness of the piss. Anyway,
yeah. So I think that'll be done tomorrow, and then we could probably start moving stuff tomorrow. Maybe, I don't know, but soon.
Yeah.
But moving stuff is one step. Getting the base amount of equipment to record games, which is what we're going to be doing on the watching show, is recording games and having our audio commentary like this over the games. We got most of what we need. This mainly is mostly what we need. But just having the space, getting ready, it's going to be awesome. Man,
we're gonna get it.
We really, if your parents aren't going to miss them, we should take our bean bags back until we get a nice sofa, but like even the bean bags would be just good for atmosphere.
Well, I think that eventually we're going to kind of use that space for both the watching and listening show. And it's going to be way cooler to put these cameras up on a permanent fixture on a couch instead.
Or wherever.
Wherever we
It's a room. So the room is like a studio or whatever, and everything has its place. And
I'm
really the listening show and the watching show. And
it's going to be, I think we're going to end up spending a lot of money on that room.
And not that this is important, but we spent a lot of money on this stuff already.
Yeah. Thankfully this is contributing to that too.
Right. So that's good. I would suck if we had to buy all new audio equipment just for the watching show.
I know.
Really, the watching show is just kind of a little bit of an upgrade for the listening show as far as investments or materials goes.
I think we can both pretty confidently say the people that like the listening show are going to love the watching show.
Man.
And then a lot of people that watch the watching show are not going to like the listening show as much, just because of that same reason. It's long. Like I like long form content and stuff, and this is a good place to talk, like flesh out a bunch of like more complicated things or stories and stuff. But the watching show is going to be like stuff's going on, like we're higher energy probably, and no promises, but it's talked
gonna be
about
different than this. It's going to be
we've talked about it, but we don't normally have good excuses to play video games, and we both like video games and we like playing games, so have an excuse to do it for fun, and then to also kind of be performing and doing like a show
man.
too. We're like, that's both of our things.
I'm restating what you said. Everyone who likes the listening show is going to love the watching show, but not everybody who likes the watching show will like this slow format of the listening show. Mm-hmm. The watching show will be different because we're going to have content that's guiding our commentary as opposed to this, which is just kind of free form and whatever, which is, I think they're both good. They both have their place. And that's why doing the watching show and the listening show, they both are worth doing.
Yeah.
And they're both enjoyable to us.
Oh yeah.
We like our spontaneous stuff. And we like this chill stuff too. And I think people like listening to both or watching both.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's cool. I was saying to you the other day, like, it's so awesome that we have something to look forward to, like the watching show, just having it out there and that's coming up as a nice, it's just a show in quotes, regular quotes, but it means a lot to us.
Yeah.
It's going to be fun. We're looking forward to doing it. We're such a good, fortunate place where we have the opportunity to do it and we want to do it.
Yeah.
And we can do it. It's all lining up. So it's just happy.
The plan is, I mean, I could give this away because it's the plan. We don't promise it, but we're planning to do it every weekday.
Oh my gosh.
That's going to be, we are.
Yeah, I know.
And like part of that, so part of the reason we're excited for it is it's sort of like a commitment. Like this is something we're going to have to work on every day. And we both kind of need like some stuff, something
else too. The reason we do this every week or we don't do it every day isn't because we don't want to do it every day. It's because this content, I don't think would be quite sufficient or people wouldn't necessarily want this kind of content every day, but people would be happy to watch or have a gaming video every day. So we're putting in the work that we think is necessary and that we want to do.
Yeah.
I mean, we could do this every day, but I don't think anybody would benefit from that. Not nearly as much as the watching show. Yeah. We're going to do that one every weekday.
And then it's kind of a good,
anyway, no promises.
Yeah. And it's kind of good to like give us a week to like muster up stuff to talk about on this show. Cause this, like you said, it's so free format.
There wouldn't be a lot of good content if we were just talking every day about, I mean, we could do it, but
yeah.
It's kind of like when I do moto vlogs, I just talk and I thought about doing it every day. I technically could, but the content would suffer. I'd have less to talk about if I'm taking Bilbo's butter across his bread.
Yeah.
And it's stretched too thin.
Yeah. Thin like butter.
Like butter. Stretched across
too much
bread.
Yeah.
You know what I need?
Just too much bread.
Do
you need a vacation? How long? How long is it?
Well, vacations. I need a holiday.
Oh, a holiday. Yeah. Okay. How long?
A very long holiday.
Very long.
And you know what else about that holiday?
I want to know. One. Yeah. Do you have any other plans like in addition to that holiday?
I don't think I shouldn't expect a return from that holiday. In fact, I mean not to. There we go.
Yeah, there you go.
That's one of our gags. We don't do that much, but we like to take a quote and then we just mess it up like that and just drag it out.
Yeah.
If it's a Lord of the Rings quote from the Fellowship of the Ring, not important, but that's why we're having fun.
I mean not to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Old Toby, the finest pipeweed in the South Farthing. I'm just moving on with the quotes.
Yeah. Old Toby.
It's Bilbo and Gandalf smoking.
Yeah. Smoking.
You had an old joke.
Yeah, you have a joke where, well, that's...
Let's just let it go. It's better if it's actually done instead of talked about.
Yeah.
All right. So, heads up. Let's see. Oh, we're not going to make it unless you want to run 5 minutes late. We're going until 7:30 where you're going to watch the Chiefs game.
Yeah, it's preseason.
That's 20 minutes from now. I think I feel the glue in my...
Yeah,
in my orifices, even though it's 2 floors down. It's strong stuff. I can feel it.
I've been trying to tell you.
I didn't notice. I didn't know it was up here. I knew it was down there.
Yeah,
cancer. Yeah, it's not really wrong.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna open some windows once it gets cooler.
When we get to 7:30, it'll be a 45-minute episode, unless we run 5 minutes long and make it a 50-minute episode. Not important, but
I'd be okay if
we'll see if we want to go YOLO swag on it. It's up to you. I'm not going to hold you to it.
7:25 probably, so I get 5 minutes to get my
Wait,
I might alter. Yeah.
That means
I
it's
need 5 minutes to prepare
Okay,
my
so it'd be a
sacrificial
40-minute episode.
Yeah.
Okay.
I need to worship the God of football tonight, so I need to prepare
okay.
my body.
Not that it's important, but we could totally do a 100-minute episode for episode 100. Again, it's not really important, but
For I'd sacrifice 5 minutes of football to do 50 minutes, but like you said, I
the
wouldn't.
gods would be angry.
Yeah, the gods. I dare not incur their wrath. Shoot.
Why wouldn't you burp into the microphone?
It just felt like it was going to be gross. Like kind of bad.
I think it was fine. What does a gross burp sound like? Like wet?
Just like you can hear the stomach contents kind of like involving themselves. I think
Like
that's
barf?
Yeah, that's what
Well,
when
yeah.
you hear the fluids. I think
Yeah.
that's pretty gross burp.
See, fluids, that to me, that's what I meant when I said wet. So, yeah, fluids, wet.
When you hear what I think I just said was when you hear the stomach contents involve themselves.
Sometimes you burp, the stomach contents go, I'm going to involve myself.
I gotta get in this action. Yeah. That's our thing we're excited about is the watching show.
Not that we're not excited about the listening show, but like the thing that we haven't gotten yet that we want to attain and work toward, yes, is the watching show.
Well, even like I think before we started the listening show, we had talked about the watching show as a concept, like the idea of us doing Let's Plays.
It wasn't called the watching show, though. I don't know if we had a name. Actually, I did have a title, a working title for our.
What was that again? I think I vaguely remember it, but
I hope no one takes it, but it's ours, so whatever. Too funny.
that's right.
TWO funny.
I think that was specifically for sketches
yeah,
and
but
skits.
as far as a name for what we would be doing together, that was the one I had. But yeah, it wasn't called the watching show. But we were doing this, and we were talking about doing the games together. Like, what are we gonna call it? And I can't remember. I think it was you. Yeah, you did. You said the watching show. I was like, and the reason I remember is because I know I thought of the listening show, and I remember that you countered with, yes. It has to be the watching show.
Yeah,
a show you can watch.
What do you do? Yeah. I think you pointed out the irony behind the fact that you can watch this one and that one, like you
can
be able to
watch
watch it
us
too.
on the listening show, but you can't watch us on the watching show.
There's gonna be
ironic.
I think if we ever play like Wii U games, which there's a chance of, there's a camera on Wii U games, so maybe technically that'll be
Sometimes
part
I'm
of
sure
it.
there'll be a reason for it. Like a VR game would be a good example for the entertainment of people. Put a camera on one of us with the rig so you can see us fumbling around,
Yeah.
But for the most part, though, you're just going to see the game and just hear us because that's enough. But yes, ironically, you can't watch us on the watching show. You have to watch us on the listening show.
Yeah. I don't know what this game or world is. It's some sort of virtual reality type thing, but basically there's this
bunch
game.
of characters or avatars like in lobbies just talking. And I know what you're talking about.
Have you seen like the guy who gets on a trampoline and goes into those? Nope. It's really great. It makes me happy because it like shows him walking in a room and then you just see him like bouncing around a bunch of like flipping and doing all this stuff. And people are like, wow, it's really funny. There's like giraffes and weird, like you said, avatars of any kind that just like are in this lobby together. And this one guy is just like flipping around and jumping. It's kind of funny. That's the good way to use that.
That's a good idea.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That would be fun to do VR. I don't know that I've ever even done it before.
I'd like to try. Yeah, I've never tried. I'd like to at least try it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. We'd be open to suggestions if you guys have a game you want us to play or something early on. We haven't talked about which one we'd start with.
Man, I don't think we're going to put too much thought into what the one we start with. We just want to go, but
it'll forever be the one that we started with.
Whether the show is amazing and super famous or no one ever watches it, the first one is still the first one.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
We are probably going to have to start with console games because I probably won't have a computer for the show, which whatever. But we have several consoles, so we have several Nintendo consoles.
Yeah,
we got
all of them.
Wii U, Switch, and then I think you have a GameCube and maybe a 64 somewhere.
I have technically a broken Nintendo 64. I have a GameCube. I have a Wii. I have a Wii U, and I have a Switch.
That's right.
Yeah.
I just have
lot.
an Xbox, so that's something. But
I just don't have the first two, the Nintendo and the Nintendo Super Nintendo.
there's plenty of games between those. I like to think by the time we get a computer for the show, we'll have enough games on those consoles to tide us over, I think. But you grew up on the Nintendos, so you're gonna have to be the one to suggest games unless we both happen to know of, like, based on popular opinion. Oh, this is a game that people like watching people play. Let's try this one, whether we've seen it ourselves or not. Xbox though, I wonder if whatever. The good news is, without the computer for a while, we should have enough to do our content. It's really fun to clock in for the hour for the day, like, ready to sit down and play this stupid game.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't know if the game's gonna be hard or tough or whatever.
Yeah.
But
Probably.
in the future, when it's all set up the way it should be, we're gonna have this nice couch, and it's like, yeah, let's just relax and play this game.
It's gonna be the life.
Can't
man.
wait.
It's gonna be
that's
like,
gonna be our chill hour of the day.
yeah, it's gonna be awesome.
Minus the rage or whatever actually happens.
Yeah, or the fear.
Or fear.
I'm not excited about that.
Fear, man.
Yeah.
It's gonna be
Fear,
so
man.
fun to play.
Fear, man.
Fear, man. It's gonna be fun to play scary games with, like, your friend next to you. I don't know, making it better or worse.
Yeah.
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 I mean, it's truly the most scary to play by yourself in a dark room, but, like, playing a scary game with a friend is funny.
I don't do very good in general.
I'm not good at scary games. I'm not like special. I'm just
Yeah. You have the funniest laugh when you play or not laugh, but like scream
Scared
with scary
noise?
dream. Yeah. You know how some people do like a shriek? You go to like straight guttural, like, oh! when you yell.
I think mine's just like,
And if you're really scared, it's, oh! It's like very like yodeler.
I don't know, yodeler. The game is you and your friend play, and when you get scared, you have to yodel. If you don't yodel, you lose the game. So the longer you last with yodeling when you get scared. Maybe that's a funny idea with your friends. Like, you have to react a certain way.
It'd be
really hard.
impossible. Yeah.
Well,
to do it every.
So I'm imagining you, oh, you're trying to go into a yodel, but that sounds like fun. whatever the sound is we have to make.
Yeah.
I don't know what you do when you're scared. I mean, we've watched games being played. And we both reacted to scary things happening sometimes. Usually it's more like not a super involved scare, like kind of a thing. But the one I remember is recently that jump scare on observation duty. So funny after the fact. We both go, ah! We both just yelled. We yelled at that one because we did not.
Yeah.
At the same time, it's pretty. I'm like, man,
that's a good scare in general. Like, it's what they do.
That's why I laughed at it. What the heck's going on? That was a good scare.
What I like about that game and its scare is that it was like well earned, because like the point of the game is to pay attention, and then but like even when a scary thing happens, there's like a measured and predictable way to like make the scary thing stop. And then one time the predictable thing to make the scary thing stop doesn't work. And that's what's so scary about it.
You don't expect it.
Right.
It should, by all accounts, but every example you've been given should have worked.
Right.
And so,
when it doesn't, it's like, that was a good idea.
A well-engineered scare.
Yeah.
Let's say that.
It was a little mean, but yeah, but most
laughed
all
at
scares
ourselves
are mean.
afterwards. That's a good one. Anyway, yeah, the point is, I don't actually know what you sound like when you're scared. I can imagine, but I'm not sure. So it'd be fun to.
I normally go.
You're gonna have probably like this wide variety of different kinds of screams and reactions, and mine is always gonna be the same little noise every time, regardless of how big or small it is. Every time.
And someone gets super.
It's just a compilation of Zach being scared from. And it comes compilation of Walter. And people start laughing because.
No, funny enough, when I get scared, I get really sexy. Like, boo.
Oh, that explains why I'm not sexy.
Because I'm never
scared.
I was making a joke like something you wouldn't do.
Something that doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, every time I get scared, I'm just very attractive.
When I get scared, I just default. You just fight or flight. Mm-hmm. There's another F word response. I just get into a sexy pose when I get scared.
French fry.
French fry. Is that an actual thing? Or you just making? You couldn't have made that up.
Just F word. French fry. I don't know. Ignore it.
Fornication. That's the one.
Oh, that's the word I
Fright,
get.
flight,
to
or
be like,
fornication. And that's what I go. That's my response when I get scared.
fright, flight, or fornication.
Yeah, the fight, flight, or fornication response. You've heard of that,
The
right?
classic
What?
triple
The
F.
what? Yeah.
That word is like, it's one of those that
It's a silly word, right?
well, the syntax of it it doesn't exemplify what it is. Like a
Fornicate.
Yeah.
Does.
like, it's not a sexy thing to say. Like, if you were trying to fornicate, if you
Yeah.
went to a person and said, you want to fornicate, it wouldn't work.
Shoot, what's the word? Not literal. It's not medical. Anatomical. But it's like the word defecate. It's not pleasant. It's actually kind of silly. It's the same thing, same vein.
Defecate sounds too like appropriate, like too like
It's
good.
literary is I think the right word I would use.
Yeah.
Where you'd write this in like a medical journal. So whatever the word I was trying to find, they both fall in that same vein of you know what they mean, but you'd never use it in conversation.
I think I'm talking more on the lines of like onomatopoeias, where
No
it's
idea what
like
that is.
So I think an onomatopoeia is a word that sounds like what it is. So like pop, bang, zip. You know, like all those things sound like what they are. Like when you zip something, zip, it sounds like a zip. Or pop, pop. That's what it sounds like. Bang. Anyway,
Pop.
So, or like rip. You know, there's a bunch of words that sound like what they are. I think those are called onomatopoeias. And so I guess when I would say like fornicate, that doesn't really sound like, hey, you want to fornicate?
That's what I hear.
Fornicate. I don't know. It doesn't sound like.
Well, neither does bang, but they use that one too.
Right. Well, at least that one's. Well, I was going to say the other F word that also means the same kind of thing. That's a bad one. That's kind of an onomatopoeia.
What?
You know what I mean?
Why?
Because of like the sound that it made. Like, okay, maybe I shouldn't explain this, but the idea is like some of the words that you say to mean a thing. Like defecate doesn't sound like pooping. Poop sounds like poopy, like poop.
I guess maybe.
Like when you poop and
Pee
it falls in the
doesn't
water.
though. Pee doesn't. No, you're stretching on that one. I thought
That's fine.
No.
That's fine. You can stretch a little bit, but if it at least sounds a little bit like
At
what it
best,
is.
the F word is something you say during fornication. That doesn't count though.
Well,
You think it does?
Again, I'm not going to go into it. No, I just think it's an onomatopoeia.
No. if meant sex, then it would be an onomatopoeia.
No,
Hey,
I don't think.
hey, babe.
Hey, babe.
You want to have?
No.
One day I want to call that out in public and see if I get a response. That's a thing or was a thing. Like, can I get a? And you yell that out and we have to get one back.
A lot of people do that now. There was like
It'd be so good to get a response.
Oh, I know. There's like this great video of a movie theater where a guy says that he goes, "Can I get a yeah?" And the whole movie theater, yeah, and everyone, yeah, everyone cheered because everybody was like that in the whole audience.
That's a good story.
Yeah, I think it was like in a Deadpool showing or something. So everybody who went was like, "Yeah, oh yeah, you can get a yeah."
I'll tell one quick little story since your time is running out. One time we were in a theater and they were showing these, not ads, commercials, theater shorts that happened before the movie. And it was like it was shot like in a serious vein. And it was about 1 in 3 people don't wash their hands after using the restroom. Is it you? And out loud, I go, it was me! And that whole, I don't know why, I just felt possessed to say it right there. It was me! And then the whole crowd like laughed.
Yeah, it was funny. I think I was there for that.
I think you were too.
Yeah. My favorite theater like story was I had this friend in college. His name was Cole. And he got hit in the head with a 3-iron. And so he had what I
Did you yell for when he got hit?
I don't know.
That would have been mildly funny. I'd do that if I got
It's
hit
pretty
in the head
dark.
with a golf club. If I got hit and I managed to do that, I think that'd be a good. But anyway, go ahead. Sorry.
He was like he was like really smart guy, but he was like slow. So like he could think everything through, but it was always like 5 seconds too late. And so he did a lot of things compulsively that were like really inappropriate, but they were really funny because then 5 seconds later he realized what he did. I love that guy. He's so funny. But anyway, we went to go watch the
What's his full name?
What's her full name?
That's a joke we saw earlier. I wanted to use it, but okay.
Well, we went to this movie theater. We were watching the finale of the Twilight Saga, and neither him or I had ever seen any Twilight movies. So, in those movies they're just terrible. I enjoy them, but they're just the worst ever. But he started doing this thing in the middle of the movie where he learned he goes, "What's the main girl's name?" And I said, "Bella." And he goes, and he like to the whole crowd, like when she shows up, every time she showed up, he'd quietly, but so the whole audience could he'd go, "Bella." And he kept doing it. And everybody was like, finally at the very end of the movie, it was like this intense fight scene. And every time it showed her, "Bella." And then people started laughing. I thought they'd get annoyed, but because he kept doing it, it was so funny. And we over here just... but that was so funny. And then this is a spoiler for the end of Twilight. So if you care,
but whatever.
So stupid. You won't care.
Okay, whatever.
There's this stupid part where they do this final battle, and for the first time in the whole show, there's actual stakes and people actually die, and it's like really frightening and compelling, and it's like, good for them. Like that's really sad, and that messed me up, kind of thing. And they do this fight scene, and it's like the final fight scene. And it's like a big deal, and then they have the freaking balls to say that it was in someone's head.
Yep.
And I was like, what? And the whole audience went, oh, like half of them were mad and half of them were like, wow.
Yeah.
And Cole, he stood up and went, "This is bullshit." And everyone was like, yeah. And then Bella came up, "This is bullshit. I hate this." Bella. It was so funny.
That is so funny.
Oh my gosh. But he spoke everyone's thoughts in that moment, because it was it was like, finally you did a good thing narratively. And it cost something, and then they just pooped on the audience and said that didn't happen.
Yeah.
And it resolved peacefully. And we're like, what the? And he walked out, like when we were walking to the credits, he's like, "That movie sucked, Bella." And he kept doing that. It was so funny. The fact that it was just loud enough for everyone to hear, but still so whispery. Like, Bella. It was so melodic. Anyway, that was the worst.
No, actually, that's the best.
That movie was
that's
so...
the best theater story I've heard, and it totally beats mine.
Oh, no, yours is good too.
But it beats mine. Like, I would rather have been present in that theater to see that happen, for sure.
Yeah, it was great. That was the most fun I've had watching a movie. Like, there've been better, obviously better movies I've watched, and I've left.
Most fun you had watching a movie in a theater, you mean?
Oh, by
in
far.
In a theater, not ever.
I couldn't breathe for the whole last half of it because I was laughing under my breath. Because he just kept doing it. Yeah. And it kept wearing on everybody. Like, at first they wanted to be mad, but because we were like, "Cole, stop. Stop doing that." And he just kept... No, he was he was possessed. He was possessed with the idea that I get to do this now. And it's being bad. It was so great. I hope he's doing well. I haven't seen him in years.
All right. It's 30 seconds to 7:30 in football time for you. So
okay.
We're going to end it for all time. Hey, episode 50.
Yeah, congratulations. Sorry if you guys wanted us to have, we just talked about ourselves the whole time. But
And also sorry if you wanted us to stop at 49. We ruined it.
Yeah. Oh, well.
And we weren't going to do it anyway, but still sorry.
Yeah. Thanks for sticking around. Let us know if you want us to do anything else. Engagement is always good.
Please keep sticking.
Yeah. Whatever engagement we can get, then we can
get it.
I agree.
That's an Invader Zim joke. I must get my battle tanks, or else I won't get it. Anyway.
All right, guys. Bye.
All right. Bye.